Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to the stock of the day, which happens to be Medicus. For those who follow this company or shareholders of this company, it won't be a shock that this is the stock of the day. The company did release a quite impressive announcement that I initially missed. And I'll tell you how I discovered that Medicus actually released this announcement. Now let's go back in time. Let's go back to 2009. I think it was January 2009. Medicus announced that they acquired something called Visage imaging. And in my opinion, this may be the greatest acquisition in ASX history. Yes, I'm going to say that again. This might be the greatest acquisition in ASX history. I think back then, the market cap of Medicus would have been well under 100 million, might have been under 50 million. And today, the market cap of Medicus is 20 billion. In fact, I have a feeling it might be even more than 20 billion now. 25 billion? Yeah, $25 billion. So the market cap of this company, primarily because of Visage imaging, has gone from 50 million to 25.85 billion. Yes, I'm going to say this is the greatest acquisition in the history of the ASX. In fact, let's have a look at the initial announcement. Okay, so Medicus Visage, here it is, yeah. Announcement. Oh, acquisition. See if we get announcement here. How Medicus turned a 3.5 million deal into 5.5 billion in value. Here we go. Medicus acquires Visage imaging, 28th of January 2009. So according to AFR, this was a $3.5 million deal. This is the announcement. I completely missed this, of course. I just wish I had a time machine. And this is the greatest acquisition, in my opinion, in ASX history. Okay, so let's go back to about midday. Now, I was busy through today, so I haven't been following what's been happening on the ASX. But one of the things I did find when I went back to my computer was I had a look at the AXTX, or the All Tech, and I noticed in market index, it just bounced. It bounced suddenly at about 1:30 or 1:40 Australian Daylight Saving Time. And it happened in 1 minute. You can see a massive bounce in the XTX. Now, a lot of times when an indice like this bounces, it might be because of some economic news, so maybe some favorable tech news or something like that. But it's a weird time. So 12:44 local time in Brisbane, we don't have daylight saving, so we're 1 hour behind. So something happened at that particular time. And I was thinking, what happened? My first thought was, of course, economic news. Then I saw the time, definitely not that. And then I saw Medicus share price was up 9%. Yes, the whole reason the XTX went up suddenly at 12:44 local time was because of this announcement. In fact, at 1:32 p.m., so 10 minutes before the share price bounced, because when a company releases a market-sensitive announcement like this, it goes into an automatic trading halt for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then people can start trading it. And I think that's a little bit unfair because I missed this announcement. I could have bought some shares. I don't follow all the announcements every single moment of the day. Anyway, so Medicus signs $330 million 10-year contract with Trinity Health. Now, I should actually mention what this company does, by the way. So just go to the About section on their homepage. So Visage imaging is their main product, which they bought quite a few years ago. So we're talking about 15 years ago now. So leading provider of radiology information systems, RIS, picture archiving communication systems, PACS, and advanced visualization solutions across the globe. So we'll call this a healthcare company. It's sort of a tech healthcare company. Anyway, let's go back to this announcement. Let's go back. Where is it? Here it is. So Medicus signs $330 million 10-year contract with Trinity Health. I have a feeling, I haven't opened up this announcement, I have a feeling Trinity Health might be one of the biggest healthcare providers in the United States. I could be wrong. And one of the reasons I say that is because this particular contract, it's massive. Now, they did announce a massive contract a few years ago, but I think this might dwarf that contract, but I could be a little bit wrong there. This is really big because you can see the most recent, if you go back, just have a look at some of their announcements they have released, contracts they have signed. So here's one, 32 million 5-year contract extension in Australia, 98 million 8-year contract with renewal with Mercy Health. I'm going to see if I can find that really big contract, but it might have been a few years ago. And yeah, this only goes back 2 years in ComSec. And Pro Medicus keeps on releasing these sort of contract announcements. Happens every so often. Here's one, 20 million 8-year contract, 16 million 8-year contract, or 140 million 10-year contract. I think this is the one on the 26th of September 2023. This particular contract dwarfs that one, 330 million. Now, I do have a feeling this is a pretty significant healthcare company in the United States. So I'm just going to have a look at this particular announcement, just see, because they will say that if it is that big, because if it is that big, they want to say it. Anyway, so Pro Medicus signs 330 million 10-year deal with Trinity Health. Contract is for full stack, Visage 7 Viewer, Visage 7 Open Archive, etc., etc. Continues Pro Medicus' rapid expansion into North American integrated delivery networks. So apparently have 7% of the total addressable market, which is still fairly small. And there's also potential of even growth beyond that. Trinity Health, one of the largest not-for-profit healthcare systems in the United States. 93 hospitals, 107 continuing care locations, 142 urgent care locations, and many other health and wellbeing services, spanning a geographic reach of 26 states with more than 127,000 colleagues, including 9,300 employed physicians and clinicians, as well as 29,000 affiliated physicians and clinicians. So this is a really good announcement, really good relationship possibly developing here between Pro Medicus and Trinity Health. 330 million 10-year deal. That's pretty significant, and that's why the share price is up. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart for Pro Medicus. We'll go back from the 1-minute chart to the daily chart. Now, for full disclosure purposes, I'm a shareholder of this company, and when I bought shares in this company many years ago at $50, it was expensive. Then I was thinking, do I really want to take a position in this company at this price? It's expensive. Share price now has gone up 5-fold since then, and it's still expensive. Now, if I had a look at this particular one-day candlestick, I'd be saying, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. But this sort of announcement might justify how the market has reacted. So share price up about 9%. Looks like it was up even more than that. And share price has pulled back a little bit. So a beautiful looking chart. Would I buy shares in Pro Medicus right now? Would I have bought some shares if I saw this announcement being released at the time? Probably the answer to that is no. I'm happy with my position in Pro Medicus. In fact, I've been thinking of maybe taking some profits, and I've been holding back. And I think that has been a good decision not to sell shares at this point in time. But again, Pro Medicus is so expensive. PE ratio of, was it 250? Maybe 300 by now. PE ratio of 288.7. But if they keep releasing these sort of announcements, then maybe that sort of PE ratio is justified. Anyway, that's all I have for this particular video on the stock of the day, Pro Medicus. If you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.